to video 11, a special one showing the integration of the Magnorail system and the car system. Some people will say that my Echo Lakes layout you're currently watching already does that, but what you're seeing is the parallel running of the two systems with the yachts and boats on the lake and the vehicles travelling on the outside roadways. Whereas what I'm proposing to do is actually intersecting the two systems. It comes with some risks of collision, but hey, that's what animated model layouts are all about. What started the thought process was the introduction of the car system houseboat. I'd already played around with putting speedboats on top of N-scale car system chassis, which worked reasonably well, but I had nothing to run them on, and they did look a bit ridiculous pulling skiers around my roadway system. So when the system made it possible for boats, I jumped at the opportunity. The houseboat, which is part 161460, is very European looking, so I've altered it a bit to make it more Aussie-fied with a sun deck on top for the barbecue. The chassis and motor are still fairly standard and screw onto the bodywork with a slow motor that propels it gently over the lake. I also built the jetty and booking office, part 130512, but having difficulty getting the boat to pull up flush due to the tight entry curve I have to the jetty. I'll have to use a bit of artistic license there to make it all happen. The first job was to rip up the old lake covering, and that had to be cut at the last exhibition when we had a glitch with the chain system underneath. So it was used as a template for the new lake and then cut out along the lines. You'll note that I'm using these scissors called bandage scissors, which have a serrated edge and are easy to control. They cut through just about anything and I can recommend them. Here's the plan. The houseboat will travel through the lake doing an extended figure 8 and crossing the Magnorail system twice and using a small single wire section for two-way movement of the boat through the tight area under the bridge. The trick with the intersections are several. The main one is ensuring that you have a fairly straight crossing point, as vehicles will drive straight for a short period unaided by the metal guide wire, and the two wires must not interfere with the running of the Magnorail chain. And 3, both work on magnets within their system, so timing is everything. The boat kit comes with a permanent parking magnet which stops the boat when the reed switch on board goes over the magnet. A switch supplied connected to a 16-volt transformer will turn the magnet off momentarily, allowing the boat to continue. The single wire turns left coming out of the bridge and on its return is straight and bridges the gap very easily. The cutting tool proved its worth again and made the job so easy. But as pointed out previously, the wire does have a habit of picking up the Magnorail magnets by accident. But that's just one of the trials and tribulations of blending the two systems in, so close to each other. My standard of cutting, placing wire and then a dot of super glue to hold it all in place works okay for me. Next stage was getting the new water in place, and it slotted in fairly easy with just a small bit of trimming. Back in video 7 I told you where I purchased the lake's simulated water, so here's just a reminder of that. Once all was settled, it was time for the first trial run. Oops. Then the second trial run. Oops. Then number 3. Oops, number 4. The solution to the problem was that we needed a bit more grip on the magnet, as the surface is a bit slippery, so Magnorail comes to the rescue. For the sliders you get the new miniature rare earth magnets, which are super strong, and these did the trick. It's the little shiny button on top of the fella magnet that you see there, and there was no problems from there on. Now for the first run with the full boat. I was initially a bit taken aback at the size, as it seemed huge, but it's HO scale, and on a bigger layout it may not be a problem, but on my tight little lake it does look big. Well, that's it for now. I'll get the new lake water painted and secured, sort out the jetty, and then we'll sort out how we run the two systems together, as the size of the houseboat has negated some of the Magnorail boats as they will crash. But that's what it's all about, scheduling. So we'll see what happens when the fun starts, and we'll catch you next time. If you're enjoying our little project, give it a thumbs up and ask your friends to subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Happy modelling.